Well, a lot of you know that this is a really difficult time of year for me because it was 3 years ago that Beth passed away on October 30th, 2015. And I was thinking about a funny story that's in the book, Hurricane of Love, My Journey with Beth Wheeler. And it happened probably 2 weeks before she passed away. She was in a hospital in Philadelphia. And I'm going to tell you about that funny story in your morning cup of inspiration. Kind of funny now that I look back at it, but it wasn't funny at the time. Beth had been asleep, and a nurse came in the middle of the night and checked all of her vitals like they always do. It's really hard to sleep in hospitals, as you know. And after the nurse left, she had done some work on a computer that was up on the wall, a computer screen. She entered something and then she left, but the screen stayed on, and the glow was right in Beth's face, and it was bothering me. We couldn't relax, and it stayed on for what seemed like an inordinate amount of time. It was probably a minute and a half, and finally I got up to say, I've got to figure out a way to turn this off so we can sleep. So I'm looking at things, and all of a sudden I saw a lever on the side of the screen, and I thought, I'll bet this clears it. So I pushed that lever, and all of a sudden bells and whistles and alarms went off, and I heard the sound of footsteps, and I went out in the hall, and all the nurses and all the doctors were running towards me as fast as they could go. And I put up my hands and I said, stop. And what I had done was I had accidentally pulled the code blue switch. That lever was like to signal code blue if there was something that happened and a nurse needed a doctor and needed everyone's attention quickly to save a life. She would pull that lever. Well, I pulled the lever. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I could darken that computer screen and that Beth and I would be able to sleep. And instead, I caused a big ruckus and a big problem. And it reminded me of a verse that really talks about what can happen when we do things our own way and we really don't know what the best way is. It's found in Proverbs 14, verse 12. It says, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, it leads to death." Have you ever made a decision that you made completely on your own? You knew what was right. You were going to make that decision. You made it, and it turned out to be the wrong one. Well, bad things can happen when we're not seeking God, when we're going our own way, a way that seems right unto us, but that can lead to destruction. In the end, it can lead to death. We have to make sure that we're passing every decision we make by the Lord, that we're praying about it, that we're spending time seeking His wisdom. And when you seek His wisdom and get it, your life is going to be a whole lot smoother. So let's not go pulling levers on computer screens in hospitals like I did in this book, the story about my wife's journey, Hurricane of Love. But let's follow God's way. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon for another morning cup of inspiration.